Relax. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can. Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm great. I wanted to just confirm, do like a quick to confirm if because for my end, your video is still, your camera, sorry, is still stagnant. So if
Okay.
you can give
Would
me
you
a minute
like
to
me
just
to
confirm.
leave and join back? Because
Let me first confirm and ensure that it's not from my own end first.
okay.
Okay, mine is moving. I think it's yours. I think it's yours. Well, if you could, okay, you're moving now, so I think it's manageable. Yeah, I think it's manageable.
Okay.
Yeah, we could
Well,
just go on with it. Yeah.
all right.
So, give me a second. All right, cool. So, hi, Dennis Candor. Did I pronounce your surname correctly?
Uh, so Candor is my first name actually.
Oh, really? All this while I've been calling you Dennis. Oh my God! And
Yeah,
actually,
because
Dennis is actually a male name.
yeah. So most people call me Dennis because it's hard to pronounce Candor. Like if I say my name is Dennis Candor, they easily just grab Dennis. So
Oh,
instead
I
of
think
calling me,
I started calling you Dennis because I think your contact was saved as Dennis Candor, and I think
yeah,
that's how it is on your other social media profiles. So I just
socials. Yeah,
assumed that your first name was your first name. If that makes sense.
yeah.
Anyways, it's really great to have you here today. I think you should do your introduction. I already know you're a product manager, but that's about it. I think you should briefly introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Dennis Candor. I am a product manager at Camp, and I am a Women Techmakers Ambassador as well as the community lead for Women Techmakers Bar. I think that's the long and short of it.
Nice, 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 nice. So let me just give you guys a brief gist of how I met Dennis. So I and Dennis are women tech makers, as she just mentioned. We're women tech makers ambassadors. So um, I met her on the SSA group chats where we have all the women tech makers in the SSA region. And I reached out to her, told her about this initiative. I recently started this initiative, this Q&A series, to reach out to as many women in tech as possible that are interested in a variety of fields and are looking to hear from professionals who are already working in those fields and get answers to their questions that they may have in their various fields. Yeah, and I'm limited to my knowledge and my experience. Currently into cloud development, and I could answer some questions in cloud development and software development. Yeah, but when it comes to fields like product management, data science, other fields, it becomes very difficult for me to answer this question because that's not my field of expertise, right? So I decided to do this collaboration with other fellow women tech makers as myself and from various fields and allow them to answer questions that you may have. Yeah, so if you're one of the lucky ones, you're a product manager or you're into or interested in product management, Dennis is here. Dennis is a professional. She works as a product manager, so she should be able to provide answers to questions that you may have. So if you're going to watch this video recording later on, you could always reach out to Dennis after the. I think her the links to her social media profiles are added to this call to the YouTube description, so you could always reach out to her via her social media channels. I don't know which is fine by you, Dennis. Is LinkedIn fine by you? I think your Twitter link and your Facebook and LinkedIn is there, so which of them
Yeah.
can they reach out to?
LinkedIn and Twitter is fine. Whichever is fine. I'm available. But Facebook, I cannot promise to respond to messages. I'm bad at responding to messages on Facebook, but LinkedIn is good and Twitter is good as well. So
Okay,
I might
so
also drop my other Gmail uh address,
okay.
email address. Yeah.
Okay, nice. I could add that. I could add that to the video description later on. So basically, Dennis is telling you guys that she's going to snub you if you message her via Facebook. But if you message her via Twitter and LinkedIn, you'll be able to get her response. Yeah. So that's it for now. So I'm Deborah Emeni. I'm the host for this event. Like I said, I started this Q&A series to reach out to as many women as I can as a Women Techmakers Ambassador, and hoping that you women will learn from the speakers that we like collaborate with from and learn from their from their experience. So without further ado, we can start. I have a list of questions here, about nine questions for you, Dennis, regarding product management and a career for persons that get started in product management and persons already working in product management. Basically, questions that I feel many persons in product management or interested in product management may have. So I'm going to start with the first one. And if you're joining this call, please, if you could ask your questions in the comment section. And like I said earlier, if you have questions when you watch this recording later on, you could always reach out to Dennis via her LinkedIn and Twitter handles. So yeah, so the first question I have for you, Dennis. Dennis, please, are you still on the call? Because from my own end,
Yes.
you're a bit stuck. Okay, okay, yeah, cool,
Sorry,
nice.
1 second. Here.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question I have for you is, could you share your journey and how you got started in product management?
Uh, okay, I'll try to make it as short and brief as possible. My journey actually began sometime late in 2020. Um, I stumbled on design thinking actually. Yes, between 2020 and 2021. So I stumbled on design thinking. I was looking for something to do outside my technical training background with regards to coding and web development. So I decided to go full into design thinking and design
Yeah.
thinking process. And then I gave a talk at Defes Jalingo on how to use design thinking for brands and businesses. I cannot actually remember the title of that talk, but I know that it was related to design thinking. And so that sparked my curiosity. I started to talk about it. I started to share things I know. And then I figured out that why don't I just do something relatable to design thinking? Because you can actually apply design thinking in every aspect and in every niche, but you need to bring it down to one particular role. And so I decided to settle for product management. I started reading a lot about it and trying to see how I could link design thinking to product management. And so far, there have been challenges and there have been fun moments, but that's how I moved from a coding background to doing product management full time.
Oh, that's nice. Nice. Um, okay, so the second question I have for you is, what inspired you to pursue a career in tech and become a product manager?
Okay, so about inspiration for a career in tech, I actually didn't have any. I As far back as I can remember, I had a laptop. I know that I had a laptop, right? And the only thing I was using that laptop for was watch movies and play games. And I think I was in my second year in school, and so I had just gone for IT, but I wanted to do something else aside, staying at home and all of that. I didn't want to keep doing that. And so I reached out to a friend and then I went to a tech hub. I actually wanted to do graphics design because in my mind, I felt, I know how to draw, I know how to combine colors. So let me
Yeah.
just do something related to art. Even though I have a medical background, I studied biochemistry. So uh, I I went and then I just couldn't do graphics design because my laptop, wasn't able to carry all the whole apps and all of that. So I settled for coding, and then that's where my whole curiosity about building products and let me just say writing code, right? I think I was pretty good. I designed a lot of beautiful landing pages and interfaces. I did a lot of that, and then I moved to becoming a technical trainer at the hub. So I started helping others learn web. I was involved in some programs or initiatives helping children learn scratch, all of that. That's kind of then inspired my career going forward in the tech space. And then for product management, so while I was teaching some people to become web developers, most of the students I had actually just came because someone pushed them to come. None of them were really invested in learning. The little who we are interested, we are just doing it to make the money. And then I started thinking, why don't you try to build something to solve a certain problem? Why don't you try to build a solution for a problem, and then
Yeah.
try to see how you can market that solution to those who would actually need it. And so that's where I then started to read about design thinking, and then it all brought me to doing product management. So that process inspired my moving and inspired my transition here.
Amazing story. I'm already feeling inspired when you said really inspired you. All right. So
Yeah.
the question I have for you is: could you describe some of the most exciting or challenging projects you've worked on as a product manager?
Okay. So I didn't exactly begin as a product manager. I began as a product lead. That was I was an intern, a product lead for Limpact. So my role was just to make sure that the engineers, the marketers, the designers, all of them are in sync with the product, and they are moving it to where it's supposed to be. I'm following up with timelines, with schedules. I'm making sure that corrections are being made and iterations are done, all of that. So we worked on a ride hailing app, right? And to date, I think one of the engineers that worked with me reached out sometime back. I think it was because I put something on my status about my journey, and then they reached out. I don't want to say I was a bully, but they were like, you kept pressuring us to do stuff, and it just encouraged me to always put in the work. Like he said, it made him always remember that if there is a deadline, he has to keep to it. He has to remember to fix things. He needs to do his work well because of how I was able to follow up and make sure that that product actually got to the finish line, right? So that opened my eyes to the whole product development process and the most important things I need to do as a product manager. So
Nice.
that was the most exciting. And um I wouldn't say challenging, but the product I'm currently working on now, it's Jobber. It's a job search platform that simplifies job search experience for tech talents. So instead of going through different job boards, you come to Jobber, you type in the keyword of the tech role you're searching for, and it gives you available listings drawn from over 100 job boards. So I will say it is challenging now because I'm like taking this head on, and I'm concerned about traffic, I'm concerned about users, like everything
Yeah.
about it keeps me awake. So let me just say it's interesting. Let me not say it's challenging, because if it succeeds, then it's a win for me, right? So yeah, these are some of them.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much for that. I also wanted to point out that if you have any questions for Dennis, you could drop your questions in the comment section, and get them to her because she can't see your questions, but I can see them. So you can just post whatever questions you have, just post them in the comment section, and I'll get them to her. Thank you. Okay, so the fourth question I have for you is: what tools do you use most frequently, and why?
Okay, I use a couple. Let's say the first for task scheduling and for assigning activities to team members, I use Trello. So if you have everyone onboarded on Trello, you just have to tag them to a certain task, you add deadline. So that really helps me keep up with the activities of the team. Another one I use for visual mapping and road mapping is Miro. So Miro has different templates that you can go through and use, and it just gives you, I think, you can't be creative with my role, even though there are different templates. So of course, Google Suite tools are also there, docs, spreadsheets, all of those things that help you document properly. And then I also use Product Hunt. So Product Hunt is like a marketplace for products, So you just come there. It's like an inspiration for me. So whenever I come there in search of a certain product, I look through the product development process. I look at the team that builds the product. So all of that like inspires me and it probably gives me some ideas on things to improve on my own products. And so for product strategy and product road mapping, I use AHA, like AHA with an exclamation mark. So there are tons of templates that you can use for product strategy and product road mapping. And I also use Google Analytics tools, of course, to measure traffic, to measure user metrics like user behavior, time spent on the website, what the user is clicking, what pages they are viewing. And I also use Airtable most times to keep up with marketing, most especially for socials. So to have a proper content calendar and all of that in sync. So yeah, these are some of the tools that I use frequently.
Thank you so much for that answer. Since there are no questions yet in the comment section, so I think I'll just keep asking you questions I have here listed. So the next question I have for you is about the yeah. I think before I ask you about the common misconceptions, I'd like to ask you how you stay updated with the latest trends and technologies in the field of product management. How do you stay updated with the latest trends and technologies in the field of product management?
Um, so one thing I do is to use Medium every day. So every day I wake, I spend at least 10 minutes on Medium because there are lots of people there who constantly write articles on product management rather. So that's like one of my go-to places. I read the articles and I get informed. I have ideas on things to improve on mine and also
Yeah,
things that I need to unlearn in the process because there are people who have been product managers for years and then they understand that the processes that they've been using for a long time are no longer valid, and that's
valid.
like my go-to place for constant ideas and inspiration. So that's the most important. Yeah.
Okay, so Medium, yeah.
Yep, Medium.
Okay, nice. So how do you do? Do you like just search for product management topics,
Um,
or you have persons that you follow on Medium?
yeah, I can't exactly remember their names, but I have my notifications on for product management, design thinking, product development, and innovation. So these are my four keywords that notifications are turned on. So whenever someone posts something related to this, I see them in my email and I bookmark them
Okay.
to read later. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Nice. So the next question I have for you is, could you share any tips for product management? Look, okay, for anyone looking to get started in the field, could you share any tips for anyone looking to get started in the field?
Yes. So the first is that you need to understand product concepts. I need to understand your role as a product manager. Uh, there are some, okay, maybe when we get to the misconceptions part, there are some things that you need to clearly understand if you want to be a product manager. You need to drill down to the basics. You need to understand user stories, you need to understand the user persona, how to write a product requirement document, how to you need to understand agile methods,
Yeah.
especially if you're using Kanban or Trello. So these are like the basics that you need to know. And you also need to build a strong foundation. So I'll just give a little experience. Now, because I did design thinking, I for a moment was consulting for some businesses and for some brands. So I had like a 45 minutes consult with I did have that initiative a long time, but I stopped it because work came in and I had to focus on one thing. So I will just go through what you're doing currently, how you're marketing your product, and how you're improving. So if you already have a background on market research, on product marketing, these are like the basics. If you already have a background on that, it's going to really help you get started in product management. Also, network and gain a lot of experience as much as you can get, and continue learning in the process. Even as I'm working, I'm also trying to get certifications on product management. You can never stop learning. There are new things that come up every day that you need to be that you need to familiarize yourself with. So just keep learning, and also be adaptable as possible, because some things are going to change. You will need to shed off some
Yeah.
weight in the process. So you also have to be adaptable. Yeah, these are some of the tips that I can give for those who are looking to get started.
Thank you so much for that answer. I hope that helps someone and anyone looking to get started in product management. The next question I have for you is about common misconceptions about product management that you'd like to debunk. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that there are common misconceptions that have been said or spread about product management. So could you like mention a few of them, and if you could debunk them, feel free.
Okay. I'll do my best. So
Okay.
the first is that, so most people say product managers are project managers. That's like the most important thing. Like
I'm one of
a
I'm
few
one of
days
those.
ago.
Because
Okay, so a
do you
few
know
days
that even
ago,
before I scheduled this event, I had to keep going to tell like it's product management. Yeah, it's not project management. It's product. I was like, let me stop.
yeah,
Like, actually, from the product and project, it's like they're actually two
mhm,
different things. Yeah, but
yes,
go
they
ahead,
are.
go ahead. Let me not interrupt you.
Okay, so I get that a lot. A few days
Yeah,
ago, someone also asked me the same question. So, what's the difference between a product manager and a project
and
manager?
project manager.
Now, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So, project managers are concerned with executing tasks, and they are confined to certain timelines. So, you
Mm,
tell them, for the next 6 months we are going to build a school, so
yeah,
get us people that we need and make sure that it is done in 6 months. Now these people are going to follow you up and make sure that that timeline is fulfilled, like you do and complete everything within that certain timeline, and they allocate tasks to you. So those are project managers. Now for product managers, they are those who are focused on what to build, how to build it, and why it must exist. They're also concerned with making sure that that product reaches the right users and it solves the right problems for them.
yeah,
So in a sense, some some activities in project management are used in product management. So that's how it is interchanged. That's how it is intertwined. But then there are two different things. So project managers are confined to a certain timeline and they execute tasks. They just make sure that the task is done. But for product
yeah,
managers, they make sure that you understand what you're building, you understand how to build it and why it must be built and why it
yeah,
even has to exist in the first place. Because if it doesn't get to the right user, if it's not attracting the right person, it has
yeah.
to come down. They need to rethink and reevaluate again the reason why that product needs to come to the market. So that's the first misconception. um
That's
the
that's
second
great.
is that, yeah,
Yeah,
so the second is that people see product managers as product gods. I will use product gods in a sense that they lord it over themselves to carry the product on their shoulders, but it doesn't work like that. um Product managers have unlimited sorry, product managers do not have unlimited authority, right?
sorry, it's still there. Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're back. You just went away for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
yeah, I
hear
know.
you. So go ahead.
uh so they yeah
I think your network is a bit
they
unstable.
do not have
Your network is a bit unstable, so you're breaking.
can you hear me fine now?
Yeah, yeah, you're back. I
Can you
guess.
hear me fine now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you
Sorry,
can go
it's
ahead.
because I
I
had
can
a
hear you.
call coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
I
fine.
I
You're
put this
back.
on do not disturb. I don't know why it's
It
okay.
happens.
So
They know how to bypass those DND stuff.
okay. Right. So I was saying that product managers do not have unlimited authority. Collaboration is key because they are not the ones who are coding. They're not the ones who are designing the interfaces. They're not doing everything on their own. So we can only influence and we can only give advice, but then pinpoint specific tasks that you need to do.
Yeah.
So it's not a military rule. We do not dictate that you must do this. We understand that you are humans as well, and we want to make you feel. I don't want to use the word family in tech because family is not really family. There are people who don't have that that family thoughts, but then um we are not dictators, right? We are not in a military
Yeah.
rule. We can influence you to do certain things, we can instruct you, we can advise, but we do not put it on you that it's compulsory to do this. We just know that there are important things that need to be set, and then we collaborate along the line with stakeholders, with the team members, with other product owners. That's how we go by. Another misconception is that product managers have a fixed or a static role. So it's not always like that. You just have to wear many hats sometimes. I sometimes also have to design some graphics to put on social media. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to do different things as a product manager because you want to really make sure that that product survives. That's like the most important thing. You have to make sure that it survives. And
As
so
long as you get
you
the
need to
work
wear
done.
many hats. Exactly. You need to do anything you can to get the work done. Unlike project managers who have every task assigned to every specific person. So they know you're the one working on this, you're the one doing this. But for product managers, they need to
I
wear
don't like
many
PMs.
hats.
I hope my PM is not here, but it's not listening to this. But I don't like PM. They like. I feel like they should have called. They should have tagged them pressure managers, not project managers. Almost like they stress a lot. They know
Yeah,
how to. I don't like them. I don't like them.
yeah. I feel you really. I think I think I'm a good product manager. I think I'm a good product manager because okay, I don't want to say threaten. I
Sorry,
was
I don't know if you
speaking
get
to
me
my
wrong. I didn't say I did not like product managers. I said I don't like project managers.
okay, project
Yeah,
managers.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
there
I
are
don't
some
have any
people
problem with you guys.
there are some people who say they hate their product managers because if you don't do this by 2 p.m., something is going to happen. Some of them are dictators like that, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's it. It's not always like that. So
Whoa. Okay. So, I think I have two more questions for you. There's still no questions. So if you're just joining the call, you could ask your questions in the comment section. Feel free to ask your questions. And if you listen to this recording later on, you can shoot your questions to Dennis via her LinkedIn and Twitter handle, which is added to this video description on YouTube. So yeah, next question I have for you, Dennis, is how do you balance your advocacy work for women in tech with your career as a product manager?
I will not lie, it's difficult. This is an open confession. So I lead the Women Techmakers about community, and I don't want to say I feel guilty, but I know that I check up on them once in a while. I drop I drop opportunities, I drop updates. If there are things I need to carry them along, I do that. I host fireside chats for them to join. I'm also organizing an event for them, to make them feel included. But I feel like sometimes I neglect them a little because of my work. So what I do is I just balance it out really. If I'm working the entire week, I make sure I'm
Yeah.
checking on them on the weekends or on Monday before I start work. So these are some things I do to make sure that I'm also helping these women feel inclusive, feel included in whatever is going on in the tech space. I have people who always reach out to me if they have issues, if they're trying to learn something, if they need resources. I have a pool of resources for some of the ladies who are trying to get started in tech. And whenever the opportunity comes for me to share those, I always do that. If it's something I can do on my own, probably become a mentor for them. I'm also available for that. So that's how I balance it out.
Wow, what you're doing is really amazing. To be honest, I feel like we don't have like so many women in tech that are actually working in tech. So Thank you so much for what you're doing. And I was to ask, isn't this like a lot of work on you? Do you have like core team members that help you do the checking up on the community members when you're like down and when you're busy?
I have a few who help me sometimes. So whenever they also have opportunities to share, they do that. Whenever it's so hard on me to, check in, I also assign some a task or some activities for them to do, and they just keep the community lively. Once in a while, I will not say I am so
It's not
active, but
easy. I know
try my
it's not
best.
easy.
Yeah. It's
It's not easy. Yeah, I can't imagine. Anyways, my last question for you before I let you go is what advice would you give to women who are interested in pursuing a career in tech, especially in male dominated fields? Bam, that question is
okay. So the first is to just start from the beginning, start from somewhere. You must not have it all figured out. I did so many things before I actually landed here, and it's even looking like I'm going to move from product management. So I did web development, right? And then I even did a little of product design. I have some interfaces on Figma. I
wow.
did business management, um the whole startup incubation thing, and then design thinking, and then landed on product management. So because I have led some communities so far. I'm also GDG organizer for sorry, a co-organizer for GDG Aba. So that also affords me the opportunity to do a little bit of program. So I'm also doing some program management by the side. There are just different things that you pinpoint. I also write. I've also
Wow.
done virtual assistance once in a while. There are different things that you can put your hands on, right? So
Yeah.
just start from whatever you feel comfortable with. You must not have it all figured out at the beginning. And also
Yeah.
try to have mentors. Try to always reach out to people that you look up to. You can have mentors from a distance. You can reach out to people from a distance. You can follow them, read about what they write. Just, I'm not saying try to be like them, just see what they are doing and see how you can also apply some of those things in your
Yeah.
life and your work. Also, you need to have lots and lots of personal study because nobody's going to teach you everything. So even if you
It's,
join a training, even if you join a new cohort for a new tech skill, they're not going to show you everything. It requires extra work on
yeah.
your own to learn and to improve on what you're doing. Um,
Yeah.
Also network as much as possible. Attend events, virtual or physical. Try to sell yourself, tell people about what you do, and it's going to afford you the opportunity to have lots and lots of connections. And also gradually build your way to the top. So I started sometime in 2019, and in 2023 I'm doing something different. You can start this year, and in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years you find yourself doing something big.
Yeah.
So it's also documents. I will not say I'm so good at that, but I try to make sure that I leave footprints. So whatever I do, whatever I speak on, if I'm invited to do this or do that, I make sure I leave those digital footprints on my socials. So even if I am not like writing them down, if I need to document later, I start from the end and then move to the top and see the things I've done and document them separately. So
Yeah.
yeah, this these are some of the things I have.
Yeah, I super agree with all the things you said. Like I wanted to even say, I wanted to add to what you said, but you said everything. You said everything. But I feel like people or women. Since this is a like women focused event, I would have said women, but I would say people, so it doesn't look as if I'm attacking women alone.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
some persons actually how would I put this they they reach out to people, yeah, and ask them to be their mentors, yeah, but they tend to misunderstand what the whole mentorship thing is all about. So
Exactly.
they want the person to give them like 247 attention, and it's not possible because most likely that person is working, yeah, and they won't be able to leave their day or night job to focus on you. So like mentorship should
Hmm.
be more or less guidance or something like that. You could reach out to them. Don't wait for them to reach out to you. Reach out to them and be like,
Hmm.
okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm working on. Here's this project I'm working on. What do you advise or something like that? So that way the
Hmm.
person could actually serve as your mentor. That's your guide, not your
Exactly.
lesson teacher or your which I- yeah, People be like, oh, nobody wants to mentor me. It's not like that. And also, you don't need a mentor to actually be in tech. You don't need mentorship and to be a
Exactly.
mentor. Just and also you don't need to know everything. Just start build projects. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
product manager. I'm just a developer and I'm into cloud development. So I would say build projects, put yourself out there. No matter what you're doing, be audacious, take on those
Yeah.
projects, from the small projects, you get to the complex projects, and also ask for critics on your project. You can put the project out there and ask people to check it out, use it, and you learn from doing that. You can take advantage of platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, depending on your like for instance, your Twitter is very unprofessional. Don't put it there. Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to give you any good comments. So take it on a more professional platform like LinkedIn and say, hey
LinkedIn.
guys, and also like what Dennis said, attend events, attend conferences, whether virtual or physical. Just ensure, and also I don't think she mentioned this, be a part of the community. I don't know if you did, but like be a part of the community. Being a part of the tech community is very important. I would have met Dennis if I wasn't a part of the Women Tech Makers. I won't say we are Women Tech Makers. Yeah, I became a Women Tech Makers ambassador, and I was able to meet Dennis from the community we are in. Yeah, so it's very. I wouldn't be able to overemphasize on the fact that being a part of the tech community is very important, especially now that it's very difficult to get a job. So even if you're learning a particular field in tech, you need a community to grow, at least to grow, and also gain access to opportunities like internship opportunities and job opportunities. But if you're always on your own and you don't have access to these opportunities, it's going to be very hard for you to, grow right in your career and
Mm-hmm.
do well or whatever. I won't say do well because you can actually do well without anybody, but I'm talking about like advancing your career, meet more persons, and even get jobs. So that's about it. I think I have asked, I've exhausted all the questions that I have for you, Dennis. It was really amazing. I think I was feeling sleepy at first event, and talking with you made my eyes clear. Like I'm no longer feeling sleepy. I even feel inspired myself. Thank you so much, Dennis, for agreeing to do this with me. And for anyone that would watch this recording later on, please you can reach out to Dennis via her LinkedIn and Twitter links that have been added to the video description. I think there's a question for you. Oliver said, "Good evening, beautiful mind." Oh, thank you. Is there any particular place or course to start from? What course do you need to start with? That is preliminary course. She's asking if I think it's a she. I don't know, but
Okay.
he or she is asking, is there a particular place or course to start from?
Okay,
I,
I think Coursera offers a course on basics of product management. There are more higher certification courses like certified product manager. There's the CPM. There's the certified product leader. There is the CPL. So these ones are like advanced certified courses. But then you can start from basics of product management. I do have a certificate on one of them on my LinkedIn. So maybe I'll share the link later and then you can go through it. So it's just really basic. You can also start. I know that there are some basics of product management on YouTube. You can watch some of them. You can read some books on product management. I do have a list, but I might like share all of that later with you, Debbie, so you can put on the description. So yeah, there are courses on basics of product management, like basics. So they teach you road mapping, they teach you steps on the whole product development process, and that's like the basics. These are like things that you need to know before you can start working, maybe probably as an intern or a product owner, before you can become an associate product manager, then product manager, senior product manager, product leader. So these are like steps on the ladder of product management. And then you can start considering taking certified courses. I know Product Dive offers the certified product leader, certified product manager. These are like advanced courses on product management. So you can just really start from the basics.
okay. I hope that answers your question, Oliver. So you could check out her LinkedIn. The link to her LinkedIn is actually added to the video description of this YouTube video. I keep saying video. Anyways, check the description of this YouTube video to find her LinkedIn link. And if she doesn't post it or send it to me, you could always send her a DM or follow request and beg her request for it. So yeah, that's it for today, and we can call it a day. Thank you so much. Someone is asking, Uzo is asking, does Mrs. Candor
Miss,
offer
please.
tutorials? Married? She's not married. Oh, she's not married. Sorry. So does Miss Candor offer tutorials?
Tutorials. Oh no, I do not. But I can direct you to some resources that I have. I have a couple of them, so I can combine that in a drive and maybe share the link so you can go through. But I do not offer tutorials at the moment. But then you can on LinkedIn. I share a lot of things about product management and yeah, I share a lot of things about product management on my LinkedIn. So you can follow me on LinkedIn and read. You can also check out my Medium page. And then if you need further resources, I can compile the ones I have and share with you as well.
Okay, cool. I hope that answers your question, Uzo. Are there any other questions so that we can call it a day? Um, so in count, in count of five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can call it a day. Thank you so much, Dennis. It was really nice doing this with you again.
Yeah.
So guys, you could follow this YouTube channel and get updated for other events that will be coming up. I'm going to be collaborating with more women techmakers ambassadors in various fields: data science, software development, various tech fields. So you could also share this with anyone. Share this YouTube channel with any woman that you know would be interested in um, get started in a career in tech, and turn on your is it notification. I think so. I'm not a YouTuber, so turn on what you're supposed to turn on YouTube to get updated whenever we're hosting an event, to know if it's something you're interested in or something you know someone will be interested in. So bye guys. Thank you so much for everyone that joined and everyone that would watch this recording later. See you guys some other time. Bye.
Bye.